Da-da-da-da-da, we are live. And Philip's here and Shadow Kitty's here. Hi, y'all. How you doing?
Hi.
Welcome to Girls Not In.
Hello.
Amber's here and Faye's here and Nadine is still off plucking her pheasant. I love saying that.
I do too. He's gonna be so featherless.
He's gonna be one naked pheasant for it. Oh, so there's everybody has been having a good week, I take it? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than normal.
Better than normal, I agree. Yes. And the weather has cooled off here and I'm so happy. Look, I'm wearing a sweater.
Which is really good.
It's pretty nice. It's been pretty nice. It's fall has arrived. It's only going to last a couple of weeks, so we have to enjoy it while it's here.
And my bubba's had the big snips.
Yes, babies are sexless now. That's good.
Nice.
Except for Finny came home like, I'm
Random.
a man. I'm like, what? And
Hi,
he's like,
Grumpy.
I want to rumble in the tumble. And he's like humping my tea towel and he's humping my discarded shoes and he's trying to hump his sister. And I'm like, no, don't mess with your sister. Go back to the tea towel. What's up with you? She just had a hysterectomy. No, you can't fuck your sister. No. And he's just like rolling around and he's showing his pink and I'm like, you're going in the other room, and he's throwing himself at the door going, I want the ladies want me. I'm like, no, and he's like, yes, and I had to put him in the crate and he's like clawing at the crate and she's like, he's crazy, and I'm like, I know. But she's giving me like the sleepy eyes, like, I still feel the anesthesia. Why is he like that? I don't know, honey. So she slept with me and I set the alarms every 2 hours. I'm taking him out. She's jumping in like, don't let him near me. So I'm zipping the thing and unzipping the thing all night. I've got the thing going on and he's like, where's that tea towel? I'm like, don't you want food or water? No, I want to get my freak on. And I'm like, no, kitty, no. So that was like my first 24 hours after I got my male cat, neutered. For some reason he came home in the mood for love and I'm like, no, baby, no, put that away. Nobody wants to see that. So yeah,
Right.
that was emotionally draining. I'm like, you're gonna tear your stitches, and he's like, I got my tea towel. He's working it and I'm like, no, is this how you're gonna be from now on? Like, he went from my huggy, kissy kitty into like, I want my freak on. No. So, like, I was like, I can't handle the stress. I came home with a teenage boy. Oh no. He was so sweet yesterday. What happened? Oh, but he's back to normal. So
that's good.
Thank you, Philip. Hello, Doorknob Head. Doorknob Head's here. All is well. All is right in the universe. Yeah.
I want my tea towel. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
There you go.
Yeah, I want my tea towel. People will know what that means.
Yes, I'm gonna eat in front of you people. Excuse me. I'm so hungry. Does anybody mind if I eat in front of you?
No.
Raise your hand now and I will tell you to go away.
No. I am so tired, exhausted, emotionally exhausted, that I can tell you this. This morning, I'm sitting there going, I'm hungry. And then I thought, I'm not going to eat because I don't want to freaking move. It's like, I got food 3 feet from me. And I'm not reaching my arm out because I don't care.
Too tired to chew. Just now.
Turkey bacon and guacamole wrap from Subway.
Good
stuff.
stuff.
Good. Yes.
I like Subway wraps.
I don't like their sandwiches. I don't like their bread, but the wraps are good.
I don't really, I'm not that fussy right now. Although I'm not driving to go get food. I won't even reach out my
Oh, if
arm
I
to
should
grab
not
it
eat
off
this
the
in front
counter.
of you, you really
I'll
need to
get
say
food.
something. Make lots of mastication sounds. I'm not really a smacker, but my microphone has a problem. It has erection problems, and it just slides right back down. So if it gets a little loud, forgive me.
Ow, that
No
hurts.
fapping at girls' night. That's against
my
the
goodness.
rule.
So,
If I find out that's going on, we can't be friends.
huh?
Yeah.
Did I miss a comment?
Doorknob head wants to hear
Yeah.
me do it.
He says it's mastication ASMR. That
Mastication, chewing.
Yeah.
Oh, puppy, no, let go of the wire. No. Really? Oh my God. You little moocher. I'm glad you are tired. Don't drop it. Yes, I do. After Caramel left, I got both of my boy dogs just settled down. Like they still wrestle and play, but they are not nearly as crazy as they were when the girls were here. So I'm beginning to think the girls were the instigators.
I can say that's probably true.
I was blaming it all on Scooter, and he's like so chill. It's not even funny now.
No,
So.
it was definitely all in.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
definitely.
I got a video from Caramel's mom today that they tagged her as the Tasmanian devil, and she's trying to attack a tarp that he's trying to fold up in the backyard, and she's just at it and not giving up. She rolls, goes flying off, comes running back,
Right.
and it's crazy.
I go through that every
We've
day with
nicknamed
kids. Go on.
Lynn is the little Texas tornado because she's on the leash. She'll run around you, but she's doing mini circles, and then she ends up like almost hog tying herself by the end of it all. And you're like, what is wrong with you? You do this all the time. Why?
She's so excited.
She is. She's just a very happy puppy.
Mm-hmm.
My brother-in-law is getting really good at walking the cat because he's got another one of the litter from Finn and Fiona.
Oh.
They have their sister, sorry. And what they do is they take a branch and they keep it like 4 feet ahead of the cat, and the cat's like, I'm gonna kill it. So she's walking on the leash perfectly.
That's great.
Awesome.
So he's got a little harness for the cat, and he's taking her out for walks because but when a car comes by, he acts like he's scared and he'll hide. So she hides with him, and then they keep walking. So he's trying to teach her that cars are bad.
Gotcha.
That's good.
Good idea.
Yeah, because Lynn thinks the louder they are, they're growling at her, and she will sit there and yip her patootie off at them. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm gonna get you. Who you growling at?
You.
Oh yeah, she would fuss at Rudy if he gave her a hard time. She would bark right at him. Ow!
Yep. She's sassy pants.
Mm-hmm.
She is. She back talks all day at me. I'll be like, no, I'm eating.
Oh, that's great.
That's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
It is cute. She's very cute.
Oh my goodness. Any problems?
Any problems with?
Yeah,
No.
like do you wake up in the middle of the night and she's sitting there staring into your eyes like, yeah, puppy treats.
No.
Puppy treats. Like you haven't caught her trying to hypnotize you or anything.
No.
Okay.
No, she just lays on me. There is no snuggling. There is straight up on my face. Like, hey, how you doing, Mom? I'm like, snuggle a little less. Just a little.
I was sleeping on my side. I have a problem with the cats. They drool. They drool. They really, especially Mr. Finn.
That would be
and I'm sleeping on my side, and he decides to jump up on me at some point. I don't know what. And he's got his front paws on my shoulder, and he's like staring down into my face, drooling. And I feel this wetness on my cheek. And I'm like, what the heck? I raised my hand, I put it in a pile of drool, and there's Finny, like drip, drip, drip. I'm like, ew! Hello, Philip. How are you?
Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm sitting there going, that is disgusting. And I realize
I
he
don't think
wants
I've
me
ever
to
seen
wake
a
up.
cat drool. I guess I didn't know they could, but I suppose they can.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
My daughter's friend was over here yesterday. And I said something about the cat, and he goes, "You keep telling me you have a cat, but I've never seen your cat." I was like, "Well, she hangs out in the bedroom. That's why." So I had to go show him the cat to prove that I actually had a cat.
No, doorknob head. His breath and his drool does not smell like hairballs because currently his balls are shaved and full of stitches.
Oh, owie. And that's what happens when you make Faye cranky in her house.
That's right. She will get her. Yeah.
I will get you neutered. I used to joke to my friends like, I'm gonna stand outside your house and wait until you take a shower, cause like the way his curtains were, you can have a good view of his bathroom. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
because one time I'm waiting for him because we're all supposed to go to a club, and I'm outside and I turn my head and I'm like, that boy doesn't close his shower curtains when he's taking a shower. I was like, that's interesting. And I'm like, hey
Wonderful.
everyone, can you see him shower? So when he came out, there was like 5 women on his yard going, yum. We didn't really see anything because it was just waist up. So, it wasn't that like, but it
But
was still
still, it's
really
awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
I was like, did you know your neighbors can watch you shower? And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, stand here. I went in his house and stood in his bathroom and waved at him. I turned on the light. And then when I came out, he's like,
Oh my
bitches.
God.
It's like, don't worry, we didn't see anything. Come on.
I'm only gonna eat
No.
half of this, so I'll be done in a second. Been waiting all day. I haven't had anything to eat today, so we'll take
Aw.
that back. I had a little picnic with Charlie, but honestly, it was like carrots and tomatoes and some apple slices. There wasn't much to it.
Yeah.
Meaning, grandma's
Yep.
hungry.
Yeah, it's time to eat.
Yep. You can't let these wraps sit very long because they get soggy. So I had to finish.
Yeah.
I had to eat at least half of it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now I can be civil to you people.
Okay. Can I repeat what I tweeted just a little bit ago
Hmm.
so that everyone can hear it?
Please do.
If you have children, whether they're 12, 18, 32, 50, I mean, like any age, do not call them when you've been drinking. Please. We don't
Excellent
want
advice.
to hear it. Nobody wants to hear your drunk ass, but especially if they're your kid, they don't want to hear your drunk ass. Just shut the fuck up and don't do it. Wait until you're freaking sober the next day. If you really have something to say it sober.
Right.
Thank you very much. This has been a public service announcement.
Yeah, she does. She will blast you out of a room too. It's terrible.
What you feeding that baby already?
Aww.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
She's little though, so it's not like her farts are gonna vibrate your leg and make you warm on one side of your body.
Yeah, they're silent, but you do feel the air come out. You hear the psh, and then the air comes out, and then all of a sudden you're gagging. You're like, oh, oh.
I know how. Finley had the fart about a month ago. I get it. Hmm.
Farts
Yeah.
are funny. Always. Forever. I don't care how old you
Right?
are. Farts are funny. Yep.
You could be 5 or 50 or even older, and farts are still funny.
The bus just stopped.
Oh No.
I got so many.
No.
I got so
No.
many dogs now. I never know who to blame it on. So I just blame it all on Grandpa. But who farted? Blame it on the kids.
I had to drive
They
a
try to
friend to
blame it
the
on the dog.
hospital.
It's like, no, I don't believe it was the dog. I know it was you.
I had to drive a friend to the hospital the other morning, and that was the day I slept all day because by the time I got home, I was just drained. And the whole way there and the whole way back, I had a toot, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this. There's people in my car. I know we're wearing masks, but you can still smell. Like, oh. When they finally got out of the car and I was alone, I gassed it up. I didn't even make it up the stairs. I was just like holding onto the rail, like, yeah, I'm just voiding here. It's fine.
Damn.
It's like, unfortunately, I'm adding to global warming. Oh!
Hell of a little methane.
No, fake toots don't smell like rainbows. They smell like roadkill.
Oh no! Oh.
Like 14-year-old, 14-day-old roadkill.
What?
Is that a corpse? No, it's Faye's butt.
Oh my goodness.
Holy shit!
That's when you know. That's when you know you've gotten really comfortable with someone. Is like when you can let it loose, and
Oh
they're
my
like,
gosh!
"Was that you?" Yes, it was.
Yes. Did you
That's
enjoy
when you
it?
stop blaming it on the dog, and you start going, "It was me. Do you still love me? Do you love me?" That came from me.
I can't remember the last time I had a silent one, so it's like everybody knows it was me. There's no doubt. But they don't smell. Not very often. Unless I actually have to go, They don't smell like anything. I drink too much soda. That's why I got all this air in there. I'm just like a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloon.
Mine's I have very happy bacteria, so very happy stomach flora. It's like that apple. Oh yeah, you're gonna be smelling it. And even though it's a vegetable, it's gonna smell like rotten meat. Here we go.
Here.
If you consume edibles, your farts will smell like pot.
Nuh-uh.
Doesn't pot
Really?
smell like skunk?
Yes, doorknob head, you nailed it. Granny's got the walking farts.
Oh, I know my mom
They say
does.
in my house a lot. They're laughing. Granny's got the walking farts.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, at least I'm walking away from you. Just be glad I'm walking away and not walking towards you because they follow.
Oh. My mother machine gun farts, so it's funny. I remember the first time I ever heard one, I was like, what the fuck? That was you? Do you try to do that, or does that just happen?
That just happens.
I didn't
Getting up
know.
and
I
down
was
from
a
a
kid.
chair will do it too. Standing up. Or if you've been in the car for a long time and you get out of the car, it's like.
When I worked at the bookstore, it was like I would try to fart in the religious section. Like I'd walk through and let it toot all through the Holy Bible section and just keep walking.
Oh my goodness.
That was my thing. It was like, can I make it to that section? And when I make it to that section, I gotta keep walking. Make the whole aisle smell like ass. I was younger then. I didn't fart roadkill. I farted like a normal person. It wasn't like, has to be from the weasel family. Is that beef
No
lo mein?
fart shaming. Stop.
Mm.
From
No, I
the
was
Weasel
proud.
family? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh my God, you fruitcake. I love you.
Because, they're musky.
Oh my God, I'm glad I put on waterproof mascara today. Ay, ay, ay. And we were going to be all serious. We were talking before we got on how serious we were going to be. Now there's a hair and it spits me off. What the fuck is it? Get off me. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Used to try and fart every time I got searched by a guard in prison. That's terrible. At
I
least you're
love
not
that
a
idea.
pooflinger. I've heard about the pooflingers, We've got a prison right down the road from us, death row to be exact. And
Well, it
yeah,
is Texas.
yeah.
No offense.
They
They
had that.
they like to execute people there.
Well, this is not where they kill them. This is where they store them until they kill them. They take them to Huntsville to kill them, but we're not that far. So yeah, they live here, they die there.
Oh dear.
I know it's awful. I'm not into the whole death penalty thing. Forgive me, all my other Texas people, but I don't agree that it's anybody's right to take anybody else's life ever.
I often worry what
Yeah.
that does to somebody's psychology. Like, even if it is just your job,
Yeah.
why? Like, and how does that affect you in the long run?
Well, they
Right.
had
And
this
how do you
thing on
how do you
NPR.
say I want that job?
Right? Like, are
True.
you okay?
Says I want that job.
Yeah.
They had this thing on NPR, and they had a former like executioner on, and they got all. At first, they were like, "No big deal," blah blah blah. The court said, blah blah blah, and then they found out that some people were innocent, and that did fuck them up for life.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Grumpy and Doorknob. My bad. I always laugh at inappropriate times. Y'all should be used to that shit by now. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hi, Jenny Morgan. Jenny's here. Hi, Jenny.
Hello. Hello.
It's it's been a crazy week. Just crazy. And this is the cherry on top. I'm loving it.
I slept well for the first time in 3 years, so I'm happy.
That's fantastic.
Mhm.
I can tell you're well rested. That's the first time I've heard you belly laugh in a while.
I know. I haven't been able to laugh in months.
It's been
Not
quite
not
some time
not
since
like
I heard that
not like
sound.
prolonged. It just took over type of thing.
Never trust a fart. Absolute perfect advice.
Oh, that was the thing. I heard, I read. Well, it was a Reddit thing, and it was like this guy had a blind date with a woman, and he said, "We've all trusted a fart we shouldn't have trusted, and I'm still interested in you." So I guess she shit herself on their first date, and he hasn't been able to get in touch with her again. And he was basically writing on Reddit like, "It's okay. We've all trusted a fart we shouldn't have." And I'm like, "Oh, how sweet," and yet not.
Never trust a fart that gets pushed out with gusto. All mine have to get pushed out because I don't just let them leak. That's weird. That's weird to just let them leak out.
Oh, I know.
It's an actual action that has to take place in my life. So I sound like the horn section at a Chicago concert.
I love that. She's musical when she's awake and asleep. That's just great.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's
Okay.
worse when you're younger and you've got the toots.
Yeah.
But I I discovered when I was in school. I don't even think I was in high school yet. That if I wanted a day off from school, all I had to eat the night before was Lipton's instant soup mix, onion, because it made my ass so bad. My grandmother would make me sit outside on a lounge chair with a blanket, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong with your guts, but they're rotten. We should take you to a specialist." Because this shit would pull paint off the walls, I swear. It was really the worst smell anyone, and it's so sulfury because it's the onions, but it's like, oh, oh, I don't want to deal with home ec. I don't like home ec. Okay, I'm gonna have some onion soup. They never put it together. I'm gonna have some onion soup. Drink the onion soup next day. Oh no, you're not feeling well. We smelled you all night. You go outside on that lounge chair. I'll bring you a blanket.
Doorknob, I have so many questions about that. Like, who's shit in the gown room? I don't,
What?
okay, wait, I'm gonna put the doorknob says I work in a clean room. The gowning room has grates, and 1 foot below is a floor. One day there was a poop that fell through the grates, and someone had to remove them to clean up the poop. True story. I'm just like, who pooped in the gowning room?
Oh
And wow,
no!
what kind of, if it was that big of an emergency, I mean, damn.
How long does the gowning room take that you can't hold it in?
Right? Don't they have some of those little shoe covering things?
Well,
You could have used that for a bag.
maybe they had a false
Hairnet.
fart. Maybe they had a false fart when they were changing their clothes, and it just sort of flew out and into the
That's right.
grate. Oh, because don't trust a fart. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I can't see anyone trying to change into their gown. And I just like, oh, you know what? This is taking too long. I'm going to do a squat.
Oh my,
Because you still got to scrape it after you laid it.
Daddy scared the poop from an old man after he asked to cut for a dance with mom. That's funny.
Oh, no.
I guess he had to go home and change after that. Y'all stop acting like crazy dogs. Do you hear this? This is mother and her 2 sons wrestling.
So cute.
So rotten. They're so spoiled.
Finny has joined me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's my spicy meatball. So if you hear a big bang, it's because he's knocked my headset off again. I don't know how he takes it off.
Just as long as it's just your headset and not your head, it'll be all right. Oh,
Yeah, well,
ow. Oh.
I didn't know Poops could get scared. Shit scared out of him.
Okay, all joking aside, I'm going to go right into my serious subject. I have a problem. Something
Dramatic
that
music.
it's been going on for a long time, and it's not new. It's not something that just started. I'm not calling out anybody in particular in the room or anything like that. Just saying. We've got to start a new awareness of people who use impotence as a joke or an insult, because it's a thing that some people can't help. Like, there's medical reasons for that stuff, and it's not an assault on your manhood. It's not it's not a meter of how masculine you are, or that kind of stuff. So I challenge, especially the guys out here, because y'all tend to use that against each other. Like, oh, what, you can't get it hard, that kind of shit. Y'all stop doing that. Just stop it. Because people who live with that every day can be sensitive about it.
Right. And who are the asexuals? Who are the asexuals going to date?
Right?
Sometimes some people don't want your junk to work. Okay?
That's right. Your junk don't work. Advertise that shit. You
Right.
know, if it used to work and it stops working, go to the fucking doctor for real. Like right then, because that can be serious, very serious stuff, like heart problems and blood pressure and
Right.
things like that. You don't want to mess around with. So
Right. Even some deep psychological scarring can create it.
absolutely,
So you need
absolutely.
to talk to a doctor and figure it out if you can.
Yep. But I'm imploring you all to please stop using it as a joke or an insult against someone. And that's my serious public announcement.
Mhm.
And quite frankly, we all need to realize that intimacy is not the same as sex. And some of us just want intimacy and not sex. So it's not insulting that you're not getting sex. It's insulting when you're not getting intimacy.
Right.
And that is two different things. And if you don't know the difference, do your research and figure it out.
Yes. And if you're not sure, ask, because
Yes.
we tell you.
Yeah.
We'll tell you the difference.
That is the best point, Amber.
Yes. That is excellent advice. Thank you. I don't know. I get frustrated. I'm one of those people that I can't stand when people use the R word, because I have a granddaughter who has learning disabilities and issues and stuff, and it's like you wouldn't say that to that little girl's face, and why would we make fun of something that people can't control? Like they have no control over this. Don't use it as an insult. Don't use it as a make fun of people for that shit, because it's not something you can help most of the time. And there's pretty good reasons for it.
Right.
And I might as well
That's
hop
right,
in
Grumpy.
with my
It can
pet
be a
peeves.
prostate thing. Absolutely.
I might as well pop in with one of my things. Stop fucking body shaming people.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
Yes.
talking about like a weight thing or blah blah blah. Like don't be like, ew, that's a man. He's got a penis. They're gross. It's like that's not cute.
Yeah.
No.
Like I know a 15-year-old teenager.
Neither are penises, but still.
I know a 15-year-old teenager who went to a plastic surgeon because she didn't look like the look of her labia.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
What?
No, a 15-year-old who had her labia adjusted because they weren't pretty enough.
Okay.
Like, what was she using for reference? Because I don't think any two look the same, do they? It's kind of like fingerprints, right?
I don't
Not
know
only
what
that.
she was, but she had them adjusted so they would be better looking. So, like, there's.
Did we not have this conversation around the dinner table with our parents first? Who was like, hey, your labia is off? And she's like, cool, I know a doctor that'll fix that. I don't understand.
Basically, that's what fucking happened.
Yeah.
How?
She got plastic surgery on her bits. And I'm
exactly,
like,
Burpee.
what?
Sorry.
But like,
that's
stop
very
shaming people's bits. Stop that. Stop.
Well,
that.
and I've seen very young girls that want to get boob jobs and stuff, and I'm like, you haven't finished growing. You ain't decided if you're gonna have babies. Shit happens after you have babies.
Right.
To your body, that it never quite goes back to the same way as it was before.
Right.
So if you're doing that before children, then you're just like wasting your money. What's the point?
Before 18 or 19 is a weird. I've seen like 16-year-olds who want to get a nose job. I'm like, why don't you chill, save for it, go get your education on, and see how you feel in a couple years when you're an adult and you can have a intelligent conversation with a doctor about what this is and all the consequences. Stop just altering yourself on a whim.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like fashions change like all the time. It's like, oh, I like big butts. A couple of years later, oh, exercise so your butt is completely gone, and now it's exercise so that you have a bigger butt and get lipo and have all that fat injected into your butt, so you have a bootylicious butt. And it's like,
Right.
this is so hard to do while Finney's trying to knock my head off my head. But it's like, bodies, like the trends change, and it
Right.
doesn't matter. Just love yourself the way you are if you can. If
Right.
you can't and you really feel strongly about it, that's fine. But don't sit there and go, oh, her toes are too big. She has to get her feet adjusted.
Right.
Disco
know-
balls will always be in fashion, so as long as I can find something sparkly in my size, I'm good.
There you go.
You know, it's like if you're to the point where you want ribs removed and blah blah blah, really think
Oh,
about
yeah.
what you're doing, because you're gonna feel that surgery for the rest of your life.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm not saying,
Exactly.
I'm not trying to shame anyone who does have plastic surgery. Like,
No.
I don't want to shame anyone. It's like, you don't like your body and you change it, great. If you,
Right.
but don't.
If
don't
you're
sit
truly
there-
using it for the empowerment that it is intended to be, good on you. But if you're using
Right.
it to brutalize yourself and make yourself feel less than, you need to knock it off.
and
Yeah.
then shame other people for not
Right.
being as perfect as you, well,
Right.
stop that nonsense, because like, nobody has to go and get 100 surgeries just so they can match a magazine cover.
Right.
Like, I
And,
have
you
a
know,
friend
as
who got
bad as
kicked
that
in the
is-
face. What?
As bad as that is, you got to not shame yourself too, and that's something that I'm
Right.
guilty of a lot. You can't pick on yourself and expect other people to not want to do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, stop picking on yourselves. And
Yes.
also, it's like, oh, well, this isn't an also thing.
Just
I
segue
really
going
like,
in.
I really like this comedian. His name is Greg Davies. He's older. He's like 6'7". He's really funny.
Mhm.
He had great parents. His father died. His mother's funny. He's funny. His family's funny. Tells the best stories. Recently, he came out, not recently, like a year ago, but he has a comedy special called "You Magnificent Beast." Now, normally he fat shames himself and stuff like that, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But he tells really good stories. But during this comedy thing, and I got my sister to watch it, he basically tells a very, very well told story about kind of like this hookup he didn't want to have, but his friends were hooking him up with a woman. And as the evening went on and she got drunker and she became more aggressive and blah blah blah, at the end of this story, you realize he was sexually assaulted.
Right.
Oh. Yikes.
And it's part
That
of a
happens.
comedy special.
Oh.
And my sister rang me and said, "What the fuck did I just listen to?"
Right.
Right.
And then,
Right.
you know, basically went through, and there's a couple of male celebrities who talk about this. And what they've all done is they make it a joke. Like, they say things
Right.
like, "You can't rape the willing," and blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And when you turn to them, or I saw this thing where a lady turned to one of them and said, "So in your book, when you were talking about how you were a rape victim in like high school, it was boarding
Right.
school actually," and he's like, "I was. Oh, I was. Yeah." And it's
Yeah.
like, if you have gone through something like that, don't make a joke out of it. Please see a
Right.
therapist.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Like, don't sit there and say, "Well, you can't rape the willing," and blah, 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 blah. If someone is
Right.
taking advantage of you,
Right.
male or female, please see a therapist. Please.
Yes.
Right. Which, of course, brings you to the PSA announcement for our young little boys out there who are being told it's cool when you get touched by your teacher because she's female. And wouldn't it have been awesome if back in the day my hot teacher touched me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
not
do you
okay.
realize how many assumptions, first off, we're making? We're assuming the child is sexually aware.
Yeah.
They may not be. Two, we are assuming that they have identified their sexuality and that they are heterosexual after doing so. And then you're assuming that they have an older woman fetish to boot. That's a lot of assumptions to dump on a child that barely knows what just happened to them.
Right.
And you're going to tell them to wear it like a badge of honor. But then if your little girl has a teacher who stares at her too long, all of a sudden she's a victim. You
Yeah.
can't, you got to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
They're both a victim. Knock it off.
Exactly. It goes both ways.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like, please be more aware of the messages you're putting out there.
Right.
Not necessarily you guys. I don't know how, no one's caught anyone saying anything or anything
No,
like
it's never
that.
that.
No.
It's never that. It's just things that we think of, and this is something I've been thinking of lately. I've seen it so many times over the
Right.
years. And it
Mhm.
just it gets on my nerves after a while. And
Yes.
if anybody wants to say, oh well, there's other definitions for those words. You know what? Fuck those definitions, because we all know how you're using it.
Right.
Period.
And I'm
Come on.
I never liked the magazines who sat there and said, this celebrity got her nose changed. Let's talk about it for 50 years. Who
Right.
cares?
Yeah.
She did it
Right.
for herself. She
Right.
probably
Right.
did it because you wrote a nasty article about her
Right.
nose.
Right.
Like you body shame this woman until she tries to improve herself, and then when she does improve
Mhm.
herself, you body shame her even more.
For doing it.
Because she wasn't proud of how she looked. I wonder why.
Yeah, can we just stop picking on people's bodies? Can we stop
Right.
picking on people's choices? And can we stop applauding sexual assault or making jokes around it? Like, I'm not trying to give Greg a hard time, because I think that's how he dealt with it. You know what I
Processed
mean?
it.
Like, tried
Yeah.
to deal with it. But the thing is, I've heard a lot of men try to make jokes about that, and it's like, dude, you were sexually assaulted.
Right. Right.
Like Greg in this story, he
Mhm.
tried to hide from her.
Right.
Wow.
And the more we make it a joke, though, the more it normalizes it, and the less that real victims can come out and say anything, because they'll get immediately shamed for it. They'll be like,
Right.
oh, you're supposed to be proud of it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like your teacher came on to you, or
Yeah,
your
you got
teacher
laid
Right.
and you're
touched you.
whining about it. What kind of a
Right.
wuss are you? Yeah,
Right.
that's not okay. That's not
No.
okay.
No.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure we're not telling anybody in here anything they don't know. We're just asking you guys to, when you see it, call it out. Just like racism, just like feminism, just like, any other
Everything.
kind of bigotry, or,
Any kind of hate that's out there.
gonna
Let's
hate.
knock it
Yep.
off.
Let's just stop it.
Toxic. Let's stop being toxic.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I know at some point it sounds like, oh, you're telling me what to do. Oh, no, because I'm not going to be checking up on you going, hey, you let this comic go by with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
you
know,
liked it, so now I hate you. No.
No,
I don't even
Exactly.
have the time or the energy for such nonsense. I just don't.
And
Oh.
do if you have Netflix, or I think it might even be on YouTube too, do catch Greg Davies' You Magnificent
Davies.
Beast. He does have some wonderful comedy in there. He does tell that story, but he also goes on to be very funny. So
Yeah.
he's just really funny. He just really is. He's sincerely one of the funniest, most enjoyable human beings. But when he sits there and talks about his chubbiness, it's like, Greg, don't pick on yourself. Stop
Right.
talking about your
Sometimes that's
belly
the
that
best
way.
material. You know what, though? Sometimes that's the best material, because I'm not interested in, picking on anybody else, but I can pick on me because I know I can take it.
Well,
Yeah.
I've
yeah.
picked on myself for years. I know I can take it. I don't want to pick on anybody who might go home and slit their
Yeah.
wrist,
Right.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
well,
do use myself for material. I will say that. Yes.
you know,
Yes,
people
us fat
shame
girls who
people
we
for
love.
all kinds of things. It's just you don't realize what kind of thing, like alopecia is very painful.
Uh-huh.
Some men can't handle it when they start going bald, but some women are so scarred by it.
Right.
It's not like they're walking around proud of themselves, but it really it shouldn't be a thing where they're ashamed of it. But we
Right.
gotta stop shaming people for not being, magazine covers,
Right.
because it's
That's
just not
part of what's
healthy.
supposed to be beautiful in the world, is we are all different. We all don't
Yeah.
fit in this little one scenario. We're supposed to be proud. We're supposed to be embracing that.
Oh, Philip, I love you, but I hate Steve Harvey. I don't like him at all. He's so prejudiced. That's my
I
word
don't
for
know
it.
who that is.
He's the one
I've
off of
watched.
Family Feud.
Oh, I
He does
haven't
Family
seen
Feud
Family
now.
Feud since what's his name?
He was on. He's a African American comedian, and there's a. I don't remember who was interviewing him. Somebody was interviewing him one day, and he had something really nasty to say about atheists. So I kind of like, yeah, I don't want to listen to you if that's how you're
Yeah.
gonna
I feel
be.
the same way about Oprah.
Yeah, I don't care for Oprah. I like her network, sort of sometimes.
Hmm.
I like Dr. Phil, and I'm not ashamed, and no one can shame me for that. But
Yeah. I don't, yeah. Dr. Phil has some good stuff, I guess.
I like the way he's just no bullshit.
Right.
He's no
I
bullshit. He tells you
I
what he
do
thinks.
worry how much help he's actually giving people, though. When
Oh,
you
he sends
shame
them off.
people, when
He
you
sends
shame
them
people
off.
for a half hour, an hour on your stage, and then
Yeah,
you're like, "Here, we're gonna hook you up with this doctor, though, because you're screwed in the head.
yeah.
So good luck with that over here." I'm like, okay,
No, I don't think they can solve all the problems in an
no,
hour television show. I don't even
no.
pretend to
But
think
he
that,
gets
and I don't agree with
brutal,
a lot of
and
his.
I'm like, therapy is supposed to be not brutal. That's the whole reason you go.
Some people need to have a kick in the butt to get a clue. I agree.
Mm,
What
I
I
know
don't
some people
like,
very close to me that I just soon knock them upside the head and knock some sense into them because
yeah.
talking to them nicely ain't helping. You know,
Well, yeah.
the one thing I
it's not
don't
helping
like.
at all.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
One thing I don't like, and there's other TV shows that do it too, is taking someone's problem and making it a like basically they're putting money in that person's pocket, but they're the ones with the problems.
Right.
If you're gonna sit there and put someone in on TV or in the public and make money off their problems, give them a cut.
Well, yeah.
It's like that, or find some other way of addressing issues without using people's faces and flesh, because where do you what happens if you're humiliated on TV? Where are you going to move?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right. That's what I mean is he gets so brutal. I'm like, dude, you might have just ruined somebody's life for your TV show, and then you're going to give them a part B therapist on the side. Meanwhile, you've just embarrassed the living crap out of them. What? And yeah, some people do need it because I've seen some of his shows, and I'm like, listen, this lady's seriously got anger issues or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know how humiliating somebody on a public forum helps, I guess is my question.
Well, I mean, like some people you can record them and you can play the tape or the video back and they can't believe how they were behaving. I mean, that might be an eye opener,
Yeah,
but I
that's
would say
true.
try not to do that in public the first time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right,
Like, do you
right,
know that this is how you behave, and have them sit down
right,
and watch themselves? Like,
right.
like in the comfort of
That
their
makes
own
sense.
home, like, look how you talk to your kid. Do you realize you
Right,
behave this way?
Yeah.
right.
Maybe
Which makes
that
sense.
thing.
That would be very shocking, but yeah, I could see that working on at least some people that are just
Yeah.
wow. I've seen
Yeah.
some really ranty, angry people on that show, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well,
and yet he catapulted that Catch Me Outside girl's career. So I'm like, see what you did?
Yeah, right.
Like, if there's one failure Dr. Phil has, it's the Catch Me
Catch me
Outside.
outside. Yeah.
How about that? And I'm like, oh no, you made her popular. You made her famous. Like everybody loves that crap. I don't know
No.
why.
I don't
Social
even know
media
what
did
you're
that.
talking about.
Social media did that. He didn't do that. He was trying to straighten her out. They grabbed that and
Oh,
you know,
I don't know. I watched like
goes
3 YouTube
viral.
videos and they blamed Dr. Phil. They're like, she was doing okay. And then she went on there and did that antics. And all of a sudden she was like cast into infamy. And I'm like, oh, she's awful.
I don't know anything about her. What is this about?
I her she's just a very messed up teenage girl. I don't know how to put it. She's just got a lot of anger issues. Just a big chip on her shoulder type of person. And her famous phrase is, "Catch me outside. How about that?" And
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
Out of control teen.
yeah. And
Oh,
then she became like some sort of rapper, and she's making money, and she's just wild and crazy though.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can
oh.
honestly say I don't agree with a lot of what he says and a lot of the things that he does. I still like the fact that he's no bullshit about it, and he
Right.
comes out with some really good sayings. Like some of his
He
sayings are
does.
just best. He threw one out yesterday or day before that was millennials are really good at human doing, but they need to get better at human being.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm writing that one down.
Right.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Not
He's got some
millennials,
zippy
Gen
one-liners.
Zers. That's what he was talking about, Gen Zers, which I watched. I made myself watch because I am an admitted ageist person. I judge people by how old they are and how much wisdom I think they have acquired over their life, you know. So yeah. See, if I see somebody, 70 acting like a 13-year-old, I'm like, there's something wrong with you. Like
Yeah.
you should know better. You should totally know better.
Well, what?
Right.
I don't have children, so I reserve the right to act like a 6-year-old when I'm 70. I don't care anymore. I won't care. I'll tell you that much. I don't have to do
You're just gonna
anything.
be an insolent little kitten, aren't you?
I'm gonna be a mess when I'm that old. So
Dude, I'm a mess now. It's sad,
Right, me
really.
too. I'm like, I don't even want to get that old. If I make it to
I
70,
am a person of Walmart. I don't care. I'm in the aisle, like dancing to the music and shit. My husband's looking at me like, "You're insane." I'm like, "I know. Hey, it's still
I'm
my
so
jam."
proud to know you.
oh, that's wonderful. I love the music in the grocery store. They play all it's classic music that they always play, which is right up my alley. That's my 80s groove right there, man.
You're right.
You know,
I'm an
Sometimes
80s
I put
baby.
they-
sometimes I
What?
put on a tiara to put gas in my car. Are you kidding? I don't
That's
give a
funny.
shit.
Girls just want to have fun, man. I don't give a
Absolutely.
shit.
Every day, all the time.
That's right.
I
And
put
if
on a
you're
tiara to put gas in my car sometimes because it's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna
There you
put
go.
gas in my car.
I'm a
Peep.
queen everywhere I go, baby.
It's like
Well,
I
grumpy
gotta
old
put on a
people-
tiara because I'm a boss today. Fuck this
Right?
noise.
I don't know what to say to you, girl, because I don't know you that well yet. Like we haven't had a lot of interaction, so I haven't seen you act like a dumbass. But if you act like
Oh
a dumbass
yeah.
around me, I'll probably tell you, dude, you're acting like a dumbass. Because if I like you, I'll be honest with you. That's just how I am.
We have
If I
fun
don't like
together
you,
though, because he's the
I don't
first
like
man I've been with. I
Yeah.
can dance in a store aisle, and so does he.
Yeah.
He matches
I
my
don't-
energy.
if I don't like
Awesome.
you, I can be fake as fuck. But if I like you, I'm about as honest and real as it gets. Like you got
Yeah.
spinach in your teeth. Damn, your hair is sticking up. You smell funny. What is wrong with you today?
Right.
That's the kind of
Mhm.
friend I am.
Yeah.
Stop
You'd be all
being
over
like
my ass today.
Yeah.
You would be all over my ass today.
Oh,
Right.
Oh yeah,
are
my
you?
shirt's
Are
inside
you?
out. I know it. Still haven't fixed it because I don't have the energy to put it the right side out. I don't care.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, there
That's
you
okay.
go.
I'm only dressed up from the waist up, so I don't- I got
I
on
don't
my
know why I'm so
drop
proud of
shorts
that.
and my skinny shoes.
I don't know why I'm so proud of that, but I am.
You should be.
Yep.
But my
Hey.
calm little girl is in my arms now.
Oh,
You know.
yeah. The neighbor kids have come out in the backyard, so my dogs are all freaking out. And that's why I had to shut the door. But so far, everybody's still gone. Like the kids are with Stephanie, and she's supposed to be bringing Marley back in a little bit. I made them split up. I made her split them up this time. Like leave Charlie here and take Marley, and then tomorrow come get Charlie and take her, and let them have some time away from each other because they get on each other's nerves so much. So they're
Right.
together all the fucking time,
Right.
Little Charlie,
Yeah.
they were like, "Who gets to go first?" I said, "Just flip a coin. That's the only fair way, heads or tails. That's the only fair way. That way, nobody gets any favorite special treatment."
Right.
And Charlie lost the toss and proceeded to have a freaking 2-year-old meltdown at damn near 7 years old. And I was just like, "Oh no, I think not, my dear." And so we got that nipped in the bud. And I said, if you don't stop, you won't get to go tomorrow. And you absolutely are not going to come out, sit by the fire and roast marshmallows with me if you're acting like a 2-year-old. 2-year-olds aren't allowed to roast marshmallows, remember?
Aww. And it worked.
Yeah, it takes a little while. Once she starts, it's hard to get her to come down out of it. Her
Right.
and Marley both are like that. If they get started, it's hard for them to
Right.
shut it down. But she
Shoot,
got
it's
it.
hard for me to shut it down some days.
Yeah.
I've been
She
in a
was
foul
like-
mood.
She was
It's hard.
screaming and stuff, and I've never really heard her throw that big of a fit before.
Oh,
But
Is it
she has-
because she doesn't think that she'll be able to sleep over? Because Sunday, Sunday to
No.
Monday, school.
No, we discussed it. Like, no, you do that, and then it'll be Sunday, and it'll be fine. You can still play with Steffi, and like it was not that big a deal. But she just absolutely didn't win the toss. Didn't win. She lost, and it just absolutely went all over her. It's like, girl, you
competitive.
got to calm down.
Oh dear.
And whenever Marley gets to go first, because she's older, like she gets upset because Marley gets to stay up a little later at night. Well, when you get to be 10, you can stay up till that time too. And Marley
Right.
will be 15 or so, and you can be mad because she stays out when you're by yourself. It's you've got little sister syndrome. I feel you, okay? But it's just something you're gonna have to learn to live with.
Right.
Oh,
Hi,
Eve is here.
Eve.
Hi. No, but I don't like I don't understand anything lately.
No,
I'm glad you understand why she burst into tears, because if I were her grandmother, I would be like, I don't get this. Why are
She
you
just
why are
lost.
you doing that? What? You're
didn't
not
get
on
her way.
fire.
Yeah. She just didn't get her way. That was all it took. And she was tired. It was already a school day. They'd been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. It's like 8:30 at night when this happened. And she was just tired. She just, lost her cool. And I told her, you better stop, because if you scream one more time, I just might spank you. I've never hit them, but I threaten them all the time. And I know they think it's got to be something really scary, because I don't you make me do that. Which sounds
Aw.
abusive, so I don't say that anymore.
Oh, my cat's drooling through my shirt. Yes,
Mm-mm.
girl also drools.
Grody to the max, like, oh my God.
Xena also drools. My sister's cat,
Uh-huh.
same litter. They all drool.
Oh wow.
I've got this great big wet spot on my
Salaberries.
shoulder now because she's just like, "Ugh." She's so cute though. I don't want to put her down, but this shit's gonna be uncomfortable in the winter.
Yeah.
But even though my house is heated, in the winter you feel the cold.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Kitty, how is that like helping at all? Is my shoulder so comfortable that someone will be able to drool? Come
Aw.
on.
Thank you, Philip. I'm getting all Halloweeny over here. Yeah. I decided not to buy the skeleton just because.
My friend was
Where
like,
the fuck am I going to put it when Halloween is over?
my friend was like, I hear we're not allowed to go trick or treating this year, and I'm like, you're 50, who cares? And
Oh,
she's like, it's a shame for the children, and I'm like, there's other things that they can do. We just have to reinvent Halloween. It's not like we're
Right.
gonna take the fun out of it.
that's
Maybe it'll be safer. They've been sticking razor blades and poison in candy for years, and it's usually a relative or a neighbor who does it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
fuck that noise.
Right.
Yeah.
You have
Like
one
the
less
dude
thing
who
to
killed his
worry
kid
about.
the one year.
Yeah.
Somewhere
With
around
the
here, they're
pixie
doing
stick.
a reverse trick or treat parade. So the adults are going to get in their cars and they're going to drive around like a parade and throw candy to the kids.
Oh, that's a good idea. See,
Dark.
that's super cute. That
I think
sounds like
that's a good
fun.
idea, too.
That's something I
Aw.
would participate in. I'd be like, shit, that's
Heck
fun.
yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I like being in parades.
Right?
But what
I bought
I
me
don't
some little
understand
songs.
is like my friend is sitting there like, oh, it's a shame for the kids. She don't got kids. She don't give out candy. What the
Oh,
fuck?
really?
What
She
is
doesn't even give
fucking-
out candy.
No. So what the fuck is she complaining about?
That's fucked up.
We don't get trick or treaters in my area. don't.
And she's all mad for nothing.
Yeah, they'll go to the store.
Yeah.
They'll go to the gas station. They'll get a free ice cream. They'll go to the bank.
Yeah.
They get candy there. They don't go door to door here. The houses are too far apart, and there's bears in the woods. You want to let your kids out? You want to let your kids out? Oh, it's
It's
a shame
bear.
for the
Throw in a
children.
candy bar. Run.
Yeah, basically. It's
Throw in
like,
that caramel apple. You don't want that anyway. The popcorn balls. Throw the popcorn balls.
this is the very same woman who said to me, "Yeah, I was driving to work, and I was on time for once, and blah blah blah. And I thought I saw a hitchhiker, and I was gonna pull over and pick him up because it's usually that same guy. I know him. I know where he lives. He's safe. I was gonna pick him up, and as I'm getting closer and closer, I realized that's not a man. There's a bear standing on his hind legs.
Oh.
I was like, good thing you paid attention to the fact that that's a bear and not a hitchhiker, and pulled over and rolled down your window and go, hey, you want to get in? And then, right through the window. So it's like, no, it's like, you want your kids to walk around this area? Oh, wait, you don't even have kids. Oh, wait, you don't even give out candy. What the fuck are you complaining about?
Yeah, right. Yes, doorknob head. She looks like Caitlin Doty.
Wait,
It said Faye said she looks like Angie's Halloween ghost lady. I didn't know Faye looked like Caitlin Doty, the Ask a Mortician lady.
yeah, I do. And so does my mom. And so does half my family.
Yeah.
I don't have that haircut anymore because COVID, but yeah, I
Mark.
kind of do. I kind of do, except for my jaw's not as thick. It's
Gotcha.
okay. Caitlin Doty's beautiful. I don't mind.
Oh my gosh, guys. It is after 6. We have made it to our hour mark. And I have got to go deal with stupid dogs and stuff. So
That's okay. I think
we
I'm
had a
gonna
nice time. I had a
have
good
chicken
time.
noodles
Yeah,
too.
this was fun.
And we
This
finally
was a
got
lot
to
of
say
fun.
things about like body shaming and
Yes.
blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Knock that shit off.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if anyone runs into any good comedy specials, let me know, cause like I need some joy. I need joy. Oh, can I do a shout out? Can
Sure, shout.
I? Okay,
Sure.
Jen with one N has a YouTube channel. She's very funny. She's a friend of mine. She's got like 200 some subscribers. She needs more. Subscribe to her. Come on, she's been at this for years and she's funny. So if you can give her like a share, whatever. What did I miss?
Grumpy says Angie just wants to go toot off camera.
Oh no, we admit to farting.
Yeah, he has no truth. He has no idea how truly accurate that is.
Oh dear. Well, in that case, I'll stop shouting out Jen. But I
Y'all don't
already did
forget
it.
to
So
subscribe and like and share. And there's links down below. Go and
Mhm.
check out links. And I need to get Amber's links down there too. I don't have her in my list. I got to get her going. But
All I have is Twitter. It's not a big
Okay.
deal.
well, thank y'all
Yeah,
for coming.
well,
We appreciate you guys coming in and visiting with us and making us laugh and laughing along with us and listening to our rants and our social justice warrioring or whatever the fuck it is we're doing.
oh, public
Right.
service announcement.
Public service,
Right.
that's right. PSAs, things like
Yeah.
that.
And
We'll be
you
back
don't have
next
to
week.
obey me. I'll be honest. You don't have to obey me, but it would be really, really cool if you considered it.
No, you
Right.
have to obey me. You absolutely have to obey me. Granny
Well,
said,
you're wearing the glitter, so yeah.
thou shalt do what the diva tells you. Oh my gosh. I love y'all. Wave
You
at the
take
people.
care.
Wave
Bye.
at the people.